What's going on, Soul Tribe? And welcome to my channel, Alchemist. Justin here, and bring you another little nugget to add to the Soul Tribe archive. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about the energies of Jupiter in Aries in the 7th house. I was like, look at Big Papa. Now when we talk about Jupiter in our chart is where Jupiter brings affirmations, he brings expansion. Jupiter can even breathe. There's this regal energy that can come with Jupiter. There's this joy, this optimism, this spirituality that comes with him. And then when you get into Aries, excuse me, Aries, when I'm thinking in like, Aries is that cardinal fire energy. They're the first sign of the zodiac, the initiators. But even thinking in like the Thema Mundi, the original, like the chart that the ancients used, where they thought that the where the planets were during the universe. Aries is at the start of the universe. Aries is located at the 10th house, a cusp, interestingly, which that deals is the midheaven, the house that deals with your rank, your profession, your role in society. So you can see where in this Aries there is this sense of who am I, and this sense of I can start this thing, I can be this, I can be that, the trendsetter, the just the leader. And then you get into the 7th house topics, which can deal with marriage, which deals with your any sort of like business contracts. This could be, teacher, student, guru, disciple, business person, employee, like just thinking about those sort of contractual relationships. This could be the condition of your life in old age. This could be, so because when you think about that, the depending on if you made some questionable partnerships, that's going to affect how your conditions are at as you get older in life. If you got a questionable marriage, then that's going to depend. Marriages, maybe that's going to depend on how your life is looking. So that's something to think about. Now when you combine this one, that's actually something while we're talking about marriages. Maybe this is someone who happens to have maybe a couple of marriages, possibly here with Aries, again, being that initiator, that could be something that happens with there, at least maybe one that maybe you are one who works with a lot of leadership types. Maybe you're working with, because when you think about this person would have a Libra rising, so Jupiter would be the ruler of their 3rd house, their house of like communication, siblings, what else, travel, short-term journeys here. So maybe this is someone, maybe you work with like a bunch of managers in like a storefront possibly, or maybe you happen to work with, maybe you're working with different military. The 6th house, that would be another house that Big Papa, or the house, I think I mentioned that Big Papa would rule. Maybe you're involved with someone who's in the military possibly, like I would see like even kind of like high ranking people. Again, maybe you're working with generals, maybe you're working with you see my military service, and I got like, I know my couple friends who were in the military. But maybe you're just someone who happens to get into those types of circles there. Maybe this could be, this, and it doesn't have to just be in military. Maybe this could be at your job. Maybe you happen to be at this school and you happen to know the dean, or maybe one of the board's people for the stuff. Maybe that's your husband or your wife, or whatever that might be. So but again, this could bring where your relationships could actually bring a lot of good fortune, with Jupiter being there, depending how Big Papa's aspected. And this could maybe even bring a lot of potential for travel, possibly. Maybe again, it could be overseas with Jupiter, but at the minimum, this could be maybe kind of like short-term trips all over the place. Maybe you got someone, if this is a military person, you see the military families kind of moving from here to there to there. So that's even something, something to think about. Or maybe you have a company that requires you to kind of travel here and there, or you got clients that you work with. You got one CEO that you're working with who's in New York, and then you got another one who's in San Francisco, another one who's in Florida. So something really kind of exciting. Again, with Aries, this is a lot of movement that's happening here. This I feel is excuse me, this could be one where it's like you're either bringing out the inner leader in others, or they're bringing out the leader in you. Something's happening here where there's a lot of benefits, and I feel in the relationships that you will form in life. So That's really exciting. And if you know, and the point of these videos, if you happen to have this placement, I would love to hear, because it is going to depend on if you have any sort of like harder aspects with it or not. And if, of course, if this is a day compared to a night chart, there's a whole bunch of different things that come into the mix. So whether Jupiter's retrograde or not. So if you happen to have this placement or know someone who has this placement, leave a comment down in the description box. I would love to hear how you've been working through this energy. And what my ultimate goal with this is, if enough people, we get enough conversations out, maybe we could schedule a live with each other and just kind of all kind of talk about these things and sort of see how the different ways that things have kind of come together. So you share your experiences. I would love to talk more about it. I mean, if you have any questions about it, if you have this stuff, so definitely reach out with that. But I guess until the next one, stay mindful out there, keep raising that vibration, and I will catch you on the next one later.